Hello, guys. Welcome back and have a good day. I hope. Before we formally start our first lesson in CS 102, I'd like to share a couple of ideas why do we have to study Java programming for an early part of a programming language in for BScs and BSIT students. Of course, it's very imperative that we know kung bakit ba tayo may ganitong klase ng subject sa ating curriculum. Of course, Java programming is one of the most powerful object-oriented programming languages out there. According to zip code wilmington.com, if programmers run the world, then Java programmers sit at the center of that power structure. So probably you're planning to become a programmer. There are at least, according to them, 5 reasons why you should start with Java. So first of all, it is the most commonly used programming languages in the world. It's a de facto standard according to Oracle. Oracle, 3 billion devices run on Java platform. So from there pa lang, the need of Java programmers are really in demand. Well, there is a community index for Java, that's the TIOBE programming community, which is being updated monthly, and regularly it lists Java as the most popular programming language. So the question is like, why the constant popularity? If it's being ranked most of the time within the top 5, why? Well, probably because it has many real-world applications. The IEEE Spectrum actually ranked it as the second among the 2021 top programming languages. It's also a good precursor to learning other programming languages such as the C, C#, and C++. Java is also a solid core language, web and non-web environments, all operating systems, and all types of devices. You will find Java everywhere. Of course, we're still going to discuss all of those things, why it's so popular and its features. So this is just a general overview why Java is included in your curriculum. So for those in favor of learning Java first, a key factor is that it will teach you to think like a programmer already, because you will learn the language, but you'll also learn some key underpinnings of the programming as well. It's also an object-oriented programming language, which is actually the course description of CS102. Learning OOP requires students to master a certain level of logic. So you will also have to learn how to think through processes in both the specific and the abstract point of view. And again, that provides a good base for learning programming in general. So not just in Java, but in every programming languages, which is an OOP. The other reason is that it's a mature language. Well, in other words, in the programming world, it's been around a long time. So napakatagal na. Even when I was still studying in college, Java is already there. So in fact, it's like 22 years old already, if I'm not mistaken. Well, how does that help if the language is already mature? If you're new to programming or you're just new to Java, nearly and any problem that you will run into has been run into by someone else. Now, any questions you can ask has already been asked and answered and posted online in some programmer community. There are loads of resources available to help you if you get stuck on a task. So just like before, just to share, wala pa akong ganong experience, of course, when I was a student in Java programming, and then there will be problem set that will be given to us by our instructor, and I'm going to be stuck, or I'm stopped rather, on that problem. So it's either I ask one of my classmates who actually knows or better in programming using Java, or ask my professor, which of course will not work if it's an assignment or a graded activity. So the resort that I would have to use were the books available on the library, and a limited information that were provided to me using yahoo.com. That during back then, that's like 2004 to 2008. Yahoo is one of the most popular search engine back then. Wala pa si Google noon. So Yahoo will provide you some information, but I cannot say that they are really reliable and that accurate. Unlike nowadays, whenever you search for anything you want, just a keyword, no, laging merong sagot si Google, and it's almost 100% accurate that the information you're looking for will be there. So, yun ang kagandahan kapag matured na yung programming language. Well, apart from that, it will also prepare you for many open, well-paying developer jobs. No, yun naman siguro yung ilan sa mga pinaka-reasons why we are actually studying. It will prepare you, it's going to give you like enough experience. Of course, it's not gonna be more than enough, but at least you'll have the structure of what a Java programming language is. It may not be the same as what the industry will give you, but without this basic knowledge, you cannot really go into an advanced programming language, no? So I think I will share something for you to actually motivate you on learning Java programming. So according to the Indeed.com, the average salary of a Java developer that was updated at April 1, 2021, so that was just, last year, is that a Java developer can earn, for almost average salary is 51,240 a month. So I think that is not bad considering the minimum wage in the Philippines, in our region, no, sa region 4A, the daily minimum wage is 303 to 400 per day only. And in NCR, it's 500 to 537 minimum wage per day. That's actually ranging from 9,000 to 16,110 a month. So now comparing it to the minimum wage of a regular worker, if you are a Java developer, you can earn for as much as 51,000, which I think would be a great salary already for a developer. Now, so those are the things that you may want to consider and to think about why Java programming is important to a BSIT or a BScs student like you. So let's move on, shall we? Now, this is going to be the lesson objectives for the day. Explain the importance of Java. Explain why Java is a popular programming language. Explain the advantage of Java to other programming language. Understand how Java virtual machine works, and we will learn how to install NetBeans, which is the IDE that we're going to use for Java programming. So we'll know more about those terminologies rather as we progress on this lesson. Okay. So let's move forward. Introduction to Java. Java was developed by James Gosling at Sun Microsystems Corporation in the year 1991. It was later acquired by the Oracle Corporation. It is a simple programming language, and Java makes writing, compiling, and debugging programming easy. It helps to create reusable codes and modular programs. So let us know better what is Java. Java is a programming language and computing platform first released by Sun Microsystems in 1995. It is an object-oriented programming language developed by James Gosling, and unlike conventional language, which are generally designed either to be compiled to native machine code or to be interpreted from source code at runtime, Java is intended to be compiled to a bytecode, which is then run generally using IT compilation by a Java virtual machine. So this may look or seems new to you, especially though these terminologies such as Java Virtual Machine or JVM for short, bytecode, runtime, and so on. But as we progress, we'll definitely learn those things, no? But before that, I'd like to take a look back on the important or significant points that describe the history of Java, because currently Java is used in the internet programming languages such as mobile devices, games, e-business solutions. So we might want to take take into consideration the things that happened before it actually became one of the most popular programming languages nowadays. So the first one is James Gosling, Mike Sheridan, and Patrick Norton initiated the Java language project in June 1991. Well, the small team of Sun engineers, they were called Green Team back then. So sila talaga yung nag-start ng Java programming. So it was initially designed for small embedded systems in electronic appliances like the set-top boxes. No, this is actually for gaming. So firstly, it was called Green Talk by Gosling, and the file extension was GT back then. After that, it was called Oak and was developed as part of the Green project. So bakit kaya naging Oak yung other terminology in Java? So oak is actually the symbol of strength and chosen as a national tree for many countries like the USA, France, Germany, Romania, etc. So that's why they called oak Java before. So in 1995, oak was renamed as Java because it was already a trademark by the Oak Technologies. And then bakit naman nila tinawag na Java? So, yung programming language. Why had they chose the name Java for Java language? Because the team gathered to choose a new name, and the suggested words back then were dynamic, revolutionary, silk, jolt, DNA, etc. So, they finally chose Java because it is an island in Indonesia where the first coffee was produced, the Java coffee. It's a kind of espresso bean. Java name was chosen by James Gosling, all just because they were having a cup of coffee nearby his office. So, wala naman talagang technical reason kung bakit naging Java yung pangalan ng Java programming. It's just that James Gosling and his friends were having a cup of coffee, which is actually a Java coffee, back then when they were thinking of the name. So please take note that Java is not an acronym, it's just simply a name. And it was initially developed by James Gosling at Sun Microsystems, which is now a subsidiary of Oracle Corporation and it was released in 1995. So please take note, the group of Gosling created the Java programming back in 1991 and officially released to be used in the market in 1995. So in 1995, Time magazine called Java one of the 10 best products in 1995. And back then, JDK or Java Development Kit 1.0 version was released on January 23, 1996. After the first release of Java, there may have been many additional features added to the language already. As of now, it continues to evolve and be developed. In fact, the latest release of Java programming is already Apache NetBeans. Java Development Kit 8 version, and the most popular used IDE or development environment is Apache NetBeans 14, if I am not mistaken. No, so this is actually one of the best tools na pwede natin gamitin in programming Java language. And again, why we are discussing this history, it's because we need to understand why this Java programming language has been created, who created this, and who are the people, and who are the people behind the development of this kind of platform that nowadays are being used worldwide. So in any kind of application, in any type of device. So for the next topic, we are going to actually have a quick glance of the history of Java from the Java T point video presentation. So you can also watch them individually on this link I provided on the screen, but we will be watching it here together with this video presentation.
Today we'll learn about the history of Java. The history of Java is very interesting. Java was originally designed for interactive television, but it was too advanced technology for the digital cable television industry at the time. The history of Java starts with Green Team. Java team members initiated this project to develop a language for digital devices such as set-top boxes, televisions, etc. Later, Java technology was incorporated by Netscape. The principles for creating Java programming were simple, robust, portable, platform-independent, secured, high-performance, multi-threaded, architecture-neutral, object-oriented, interpreted, dynamic, distributed. Java Language Project was initiated by James Gosling, Patrick Naughton, and Mike Sheridan in June 1991. Firstly, it was called Green Talk by James Gosling, and file extension was .gt. After that, it was called Oak, and was developed as a part of the Green Project. It was named Oak because oak is a symbol of strength, and chosen as a national tree of many countries, like USA, France, Germany, Romania, etc. In 1995, Oak was renamed as Java, due to trademark issues by Oak Technologies. Java is an island of Indonesia where first coffee was produced, called Java Coffee. And on the 23rd of January 1996, JDK 1.0 was released. These are other versions of Java released in the consequent years. It is now a subsidiary of Oracle Corporation. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.